Yes, it's the DJ Spiral podcast. It's our very, very first show, and I'm really looking forward to heading over to our guest. But before we do that, just to let you know, the show is featuring YOUNGEVITY, and it's the #1 health product on the planet. You know what it's all about. Let's just bring it up on the screen. It's by Dr. Joel Wallach, and it's called the 90 for Life. And it gives you everything your body needs. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 EFAs. So that's Dr. Wallach YOUNGEVITY. The show is brought to you with thanks to them guys. And the link is in the description. So make sure you go and stay healthy and support the DJ Spiral podcast. Okay, before we head over to the beautiful lady herself, let's just give this tune a quick spin here. You all know this tune here. It is, of course, Snap. Rhythm is a dancer. Beautiful vocal here. From the one and only Thea Austin. Oi, oi, Thea Austin. Oh yeah, what a tune. So there it is. Snap Rhythm is an answer. Thea Austin on the vocals there. So we're heading over to Los Angeles now, the Hollywood, and it's Thea Austin. How are you, Thea?
What's up, DJ Spiral? I'm doing great. I'm doing good. What's up, Ireland? What's going on over there in Dublin?
It's great to have you as my first guest on my podcast. You know that. What an absolute tune. Snap Rhythm is the dancer. How's the weather over there?
Hot, baby. Hot.
Yeah.
Very. Like 96 degrees. It's been like 100, 102, 104. It's 96 right now in Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah, it's heated. What's the weather like over there in Dublin?
Well, we had some rain and winds as per usual, but today was a little bit better anyway, and they're saying some dry weather for the next few days. But it is winter here, isn't it? It's coming into winter.
Yeah, indeed. Bundle up time. What's poppin', DJ Spiral? Thank you for having me as your first guest, and congratulations.
Oh, I really appreciate that. We're gonna give this a go and see how it takes off. So look. Let's go all the way back to you with yourself. Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up in the United States?
I am an East Coaster. I live on the West Coast now, but I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, on the East Coast of the United States. In the city of, I grew up in the city of Clairton, Pennsylvania, and then my family moved to an area known now as Jefferson Hills. But, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool. And
city.
Yeah?
Yes.
And have you any funny childhood stories? What was it like growing up there?
Yeah, I got a lot of funny childhood stories. It was great to grow up there because it's all about family. It's always all about family for me and my family. And we have a very big family. The Meads, the Austins, the Lewises, Arringtons, Randolph Scotts, Washingtons, Johnsons. I mean, the list goes on and on. The Hills, when I was coming up, my mom used to say, be careful who you date. Because it might be your cousin, because we are related to so many people. So
really?
The Adams, the Foys, the list goes on and on. I mean, really, big family, always family parties, and funny memory though. It'll come to me, just not right there, right now. But yeah, that's where I grew up. And some funny memories were, of my sisters. My oldest sister, Vontel,
right,
who we lovingly call Tubbs. She's a singer-songwriter as well. And my sister, Stephanie, who we lovingly call Lulu. And and we were always being creative and always writing songs, and we were in talent shows, and we had fun, a lot of fun times and a lot of challenging times. It was gritty coming up, and I come from a blue collar working class family, and
Okay.
my mother and my father would totally grind it out and work as hard as they could to provide for us and give us a nice life. But a funny story, let's see, God,
Any funny
there,
ones?
there,
Is there any funny ones there?
there are funny stories, and I don't know why I'm having a difficult time trying to remember a funny story right now. I got a lot of funny stories that are tragic and funny, but let's see, funny story. Oh God, that's just insane. Um,
I've caught you off.
well,
I've caught you off guard, have I?
just a little bit, just a little bit. But God, funny stories would be on a. I mean, I don't know how funny they are to someone else, but we were always, playing. This was, when there weren't any video games out. That type of modern technology had not been, presented yet. So we played outdoors a lot,
Right.
and we used to play this game as young teenagers, a game called 7 Minutes in Paradise, and
Go on.
the boys would chase the girls, and if you had a home base and had to run through a dark yard area to get back to home base, and during that time, the boys could chase the girls, and if they caught you, then they get to have 7 minutes in paradise with you, whatever that
Wow.
meant.
So
Whatever that meant,
so
whether
the
that
many
was
people catch you, do you? The many people catch you.
well, this is where the funny part comes in, is that nobody really wanted me because I was short and skinny. I didn't have I didn't have the goods, and so I actually became the lookout. Because
Really?
I was not really the favored female because I was flat chested and skinny and short. So the boys were more interested in catching the girls that had the goods. So I actually became the lookout, you know.
Cool.
So like I said, that's not so funny, but boy, did things change, and I'm no longer flat chested, that's for sure. But
We used to play a similar game, but there was no paradise at the end of it. We used to play a game called Rounders, pretty similar than that. And
yeah.
yeah, but there was no 7 minutes in paradise.
Well, what do rounders consist of?
It's a little bit like baseball, that kind of concept. You'd have to hit the ball and run to the next section of the game, and whoever
Oh,
gets the base first, that kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not 7 minutes in paradise. 7 minutes in paradise. If a boy caught a girl, then it most likely involved very little talking and some kissing, and maybe cop a few feels on the good parts.
Yeah, yeah.
So since, since since I was underdeveloped, nobody was interested in really feeling on me. So.
Right, so when you were all playing 7 minutes of paradise, what music were you listening to? What music did you listen to growing up?
Well, my older sister, she was totally deep into rhythm and blues, R&B, and she's a soul singer like myself. And my other sisters and my mother and my brother, and a lot of people in my family were really deep into rhythm and blues music. And so my older sister was the conduit for me, and was always presenting, Michael Jackson, the Jackson Five, Minnie Riperton, Chaka Khan, and Rufus, Aretha Franklin for sure.
Yeah,
All soul singers, Phyllis Hyman, all R&B and soul singers that were American rhythm
right.
and blues singers, and that is really what my childhood consisted of. A lot of rhythm and blues, Al Green, Donny Hathaway, Luther Vandross, You know, I mean, the list goes on and on. And then, you know, my parents, you know, loved Aretha Franklin. And so there was a lot of Aretha played in our home. And so that was our foundation for learning, you know,
Right.
to learn songs and to emulate these very bold and soulful and sweet singers. And yeah, so that's really what was going on in our home. A lot of Jackson 5 for sure. And
So
a
Michael
lot of
Jackson, would he been an idol of yours, like music idol?
indeed, I was that was one of the first groups I saw as a child, along with James Brown and artists of that stature and that soul power, and later on in life, as life would bring it around, I would have the honor to be an opening act along with master rapper Turbo B from Snap. We opened for Michael Jackson's HBO concert in Bucharest, Romania.
Right.
So, you know, it got brought back around. But yeah, for sure, as a child, it was all rhythm and blues. It was all rhythm and blues. And eventually I would hear, you know, some traditional Black gospel music.
Right.
And as time progressed and I changed school, we changed our family moved. Our dad and our mother built a house out in the country, and we moved and changed school districts. And so that was a different environment for us all together. And that was my introduction to rock music and later jazz music. But yeah, as a kid, it was always, always, always R&B, rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like what year did it all begin for you in the music business? Taya? Like what year
Well,
did it all start for you?
as a 4 year old child, I certainly remember singing a lot and emulating my older sister and all the artists that she presented to me. And my career actually began as a child, you know, maybe 7, 8 years old, of singing in weddings, in a group with my sister Stephanie, who we lovingly call Lulu, and our neighbor friend Judy Johnson. And we started competing in high school talent shows and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And then, you know, word of mouth, you know, it caught on, and eventually I started getting gigs and getting paid as a child singer and artist. And of course, when I learned how to read and write, I started writing songs and poems immediately. So it's been my profession since I was 7, 8 years old.
Really,
Yeah.
yeah. And do you want to give
Yes.
your age away? What age are you
I
now?
don't I don't care. You know, age is so you know, it's so easy to find out anyone's age on the internet nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very, very godly proud and happy to be alive. So I don't care if I give my age away, really. You know, I'm happy to be alive because somebody didn't make it today. Praise God that we're up and able. So yeah. But yeah, I started at around 7 or 8 and earning money, and so it's always been my profession and my passion.
And
Truly, truly.
you were saying there like you were in talent competitions in high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they like? Did you win many of them? Did you?
Well,
How
we
did that?
placed third, and we placed third in our first talent show, and it was a high school show, so we were children, and
Right.
we placed third, and that really, you know, validated our gifts, especially as small children. And there were a lot of very talented people in our little town, in our small town of Clairton, Pennsylvania. So it was definitely competitive because there were, like I said, a lot of very gifted, very gifted musicians and you know, and singers and writers.
And do you go back to Pennsylvania much?
Absolutely, that's most all my family is there, and you know, I'm very close with my family. My family is everything to me, so I visit Pennsylvania a lot. As a matter of fact, I'll be going back there in a couple weeks.
In a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you this: as I opened up with Snap Rhythm is a Dancer, like how did that all happen? If you can, you know, we've got loads of time. If you can tell us exactly how you became the vocalist, where the lyrics came from, and just break it all down for us.
Sure, DJ Sparrow. Well, the first singer, Penny Ford, she was a friend to a friendly associate. I had met a guy named Jonas, and he was a chef at Wolfgang Puck's restaurant, Spago. And he was friends with Penny, and he was also friends with my friend Elisa Adonis. And we were headed to a studio one evening, leaving out of Hollywood, going to Burbank to meet these guys, Paul Chambers and his crew, who had just located to the United States from the UK, and they had a production called Love and Laughter. So I was going there basically to audition for them and to try to get some work, get in with them. And Jonas was with us, and he heard my voice, and he was like, wow, like, do you remember the group Snap? And I said, of course. And he said, well, I'm friends with Penny Ford, and she's helping the producers to find a new singer for Snap. Would you be interested? And I said, yes, right. Of course,
Of course.
And then he called her. And he said, hey, I think I found a singer for you. And she said, I'm not doing that anymore. So then she hung up, and then he had another idea. And if I could be just completely 100% honest here,
yeah.
We were smoking some herb, and he said, hey, do you have any more? And I said, yeah. He said, let's go have a smoke with Penny, And so he called, and he said, hey, do you want to have a smoke? And she said, yeah. And he said, it's not mine. I'm rolling with my girls. Can I bring them over? And she said, yeah. So we went over to her home. I gave her some herb and to fire her up, and he put my music on. And she said, who's that? And he pointed to me, and she said, that's you. I like that song. And, I'm not trying to be a bee, but I got a record deal. Do you? And I said, no. She said, I want that song. And I said, cool. I don't own the masters, but I'll introduce you to to the producers, right, or hook you up with them. And then she said, hey, would you be interested in singing with Snap? And I said, yes, of course, Right. So she got on the phone and called Michael and Luca, Michael Munsing and Luca Angelotti, and she said to them, I think I may have found a singer for you. Listen to this. And they were like, super gal, like, we love it. You want to come over to Germany and work with us? And I was like, of course. Right. So months later, they flew Penny and I over, and we did some co-writing on The Color of Love, which Penny predominantly wrote, and I wrote a few lyrics here and there and sang the song, and then I went on to Penny left and flew back to the United States, and I stayed on, and that's when they presented the music for Rhythm as a Dancer. And that was a little bit of a trip, I liked the track, but to be honest, I was an R&B singer like Penny, right, and I had never written to dance tracks before. Especially, I'd written to up-tempo tracks, but not like techno music, so to speak, EDM.
Yeah.
And so that was different for me. And
how
so
did you find? How was that for you, Thea? Like when like.
Well,
how was it? Like, was it really?
It was great, a new challenge, but I was also a little
skeptical,
intimidated. I was very naive at that time about the business of music, and still a little naive. But I had the butterflies in my stomach. I was very nervous, and but I was ready to meet the challenge and share the gifts that I have with them. And so I just asked the producers, because I kept giving them ideas, and they were like, oh, it's good, but not so good. And I said, would you guys mind to just leave me alone in the studio for a little while and just loop the track? So I went in the vocal booth, and just, sat in the corner with the lights off. And I just prayed, and I just asked God, please, give me something that the people could feel. And when I surrendered in that way, then I just heard this melody. I just sat quiet for a minute with just the headphones on and just kept absorbing the music. And then I heard the melody and I was trying to catch it, and then I caught the melody and I thought to myself, well, that sounds like a nursery rhyme,
Right.
and then I caught these lyrics, and at first I couldn't get it all the way, and that's how songs happen sometimes for the creatives. It comes in bits and pieces. Sometimes the idea will come first, and then the melody, or the melody then the ideas, for me first was the melody, and then the lyrics started to fall into place, and then I had it, and thank God. And then I went back to the producers and said, hey, I think I got it, and I sang it for them, and they were like, super dial, let's record it. And we recorded it, and then and then we worked on some more music, and then I flew back to the States. So I didn't hear back for a while, and then fast forward to the first video for The Color of Love, that was filmed out here in California,
Yeah.
in the Mojave Desert, with Turbo B, the rapper, and his friends, Doug and God, I'm trying to remember the other guy's name, but we all were out in the Mojave Desert and had a really nice video shoot. And then it was months later before they contacted me again for the video for Rhythm as a Dancer. I think it was the following year, so that may have been 91 or 92.
Wow.
And then we recorded the video for Rhythm as a Dancer uh, in Cape Canaveral, Florida, at the Rocket Garden. And then things started to develop slowly. Uh, Turbo B then reached out to me and said, hey, I'm putting a tour together. Would you be interested? Yes, of course, I'd be
Yeah.
interested. And then Johnny Wright was Turbo's manager at that time, and he arranged for me to fly down to, I think it was Orlando, Florida, for rehearsals with Turbo's band. And we had these rehearsals that were great. And then we went on the road, and then that's when things started to develop. So there you have a little backstory.
That's amazing. And what was it like working with Turbo B? We're talking about Turbo.
It's awesome.
Was it? Yeah.
Turbo B is a beast on the mic, first of all.
Yeah.
He's a beast on the mic. He shreds the mic every time he gets on it. He's really gifted. And a lot of people don't know that he's actually a singer too. He's a writer. He's a gifted MC, a gifted writer, and a gifted singer. And he loves R&B and hip hop and rock and roll. And so he and his manager, Johnny Wright at the time, they put together a world tour, and things just slowly but surely really took off. Turbo B is dynamic. He's very passionate about his gift and his music. He's still creating music, and he's actually a very gifted music producer. I hope that the world can catch up with him on that one day. Yeah, and so. Let's see, where were we?
And yeah, so you work with Turbo B. How many tracks did you record with Turbo B and Snap? Like, how many tracks in total?
Well, we actually recorded separately. Turbo was not in the studio with me in Germany. He was actually on tour.
Right.
And so Penny and I flew over to Offenbach, to Frankfurt, Germany, and the studios were in Offenbach, Germany. And we wrote and recorded with the producers, Michael and Luca, and their camp at that time. And Turbo was at a different time recording his being recorded, I should say.
Yeah.
And then the producers, they did their magic and put it all together. And the result was the Madman's Return. So I think on that CD, from The Color of Love, Rhythm as a Dancer, Do You See the Light, Believe in It, Money, Shy, those are the songs I can think of off the top of my head that I'm a singer and writer on those songs. After, the Snap CD, Madman's Return, Turbo created his own music project and flew me down to Orlando to co-write on some songs with him. And yeah, but for the Snap CD, those are the songs.
And it's a ruthless business now. It's a ruthless business, the entertainment business, Thea. So, did you do well from the track? Did you get what you deserved from it?
Yes, indeed. I am the writer of the lyrics and the creator of my melodies and the singer, of course, and so 25% of Rhythm as a Dancer is fortunately uh, mine,
Wow.
and the owners, the producers from Snap, Michael Munsing has 25%, Luca Anzalotti 25%, and I believe Turbo 25%. So it's a basically an even split of 100%, 25% to each person that was a contributor to the body of the song Snap.
And
Yes.
how does it feel, Thea? Like the track is still being played today all over the world. Obviously being played at the moment as well. I'm very sure of that right now as we speak. How does that
Yeah.
feel? How does
Thank
that
you.
feel? Like 1991, Thea. It's 2017.
Yeah. I am. I'm very humbled by it and never, ever, ever take it for granted. It feels incredible that I was the vessel that those melodies and those lyrics flowed through, and I'm amazed. Really, it's astounding. The song continues to be remade, remixed. Um, I just had some friends from Germany send me a video of a young lady that was on The Voice of Germany,
Right.
and she re-recorded Rhythm as a Dancer with an orchestra. So that's another elevated way that Rhythm as a Dancer has been reworked. The independent rock group Bastille, they re-recorded Rhythm as a Dancer and mashed it up with Rhythm of the Night, and also added their take on it and came up with a song called Of the Night a few years back, and that debuted in the UK at number 2 and really did well. And to top that, a young hip hop artist named Jeremiah from Chicago, he and his producers mashed up Rhythm as a Dancer and created a new song called Don't Tell Him
Right.
that went on to become platinum. And I think that would be called an interpolation or something like that. And that song continues to get licensed and for all types of gaming and NBA shows, TV, movies, along with Rhythm as a Dancer. These songs continue to, um,
Live
morph
on.
into something else. Yeah, they are on in all kinds of movies and TV shows and commercials, and it just goes on and on. It is it's amazing. None but God, and as far as I'm concerned, like a very divine. There is a very divine energy connected with Rhythm as a Dancer, and it was a great combination of all the elements of the music, interweaving parts of music and the melodies and all of it. The it just is a magical type of song that people continue to want to record. I just got another version of Rhythm as a Dancer from a young lady, and can't think of her name right now. I will, maybe I could look to my phone and
What
see it. But
what
anyways, it's the gift that keeps on giving. you know,
yeah.
Thankfully, I am very, very grateful. I can't explain it. I try to explain it. It's beyond me. It really is beyond me. This song has an energy. It's it has a certain energy to it that just continues to penetrate people's souls. The young and the old. I have children at my concerts. I have, from at my concerts it can be, 2-year olds, 4-year olds to 80-year olds, and this song is one of those songs that just it just touches people's souls. I was in South Africa years ago, and the driver was telling me that when apartheid was being resolved, and ending. And South Africans were finally able to listen to other world music. That during this time, there were songs that came out like by MC Hammer, artists from the U.S. like MC Hammer and myself and Vanilla Ice and Salt and Pepper. I mean, on and on and on.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, Robin S., Show Me Love,
Yeah.
Crystal Waters, CeCe Peniston. You know, when they started getting these different dance songs, these songs, although they are not, social political songs, it was a social political time for South Africa. So this driver, this tour manager, was telling me that these songs, Rhythm is a Dancer in particular, he said to me, represent their freedom movement. And to hear something like that really gives an extra vibration that is so elevated. And or when people tell me that when they were struggling with their identity, and this song helped them because it made them feel happy, it made them feel joyful, that it represents a time in their lives when they gained their confidence, gained their freedom.
Wow.
And other people say things like, it was their favorite song when they were happy, and when they felt depressed and suicidal, they put this song on and it stopped them from committing suicide. So there are, I mean, the experiences that people from around the world share with me about Rhythm as a Dancer, I am in awe. I really am, and I'm very humbled by the fact that I was the body that was chosen to have these lyrics and these melodies come through, and that I was able to connect with the producers, and that Penny Ford, thankfully heard something in me that she felt confident to say to the producers, hey, I got a singer for you, check this out. And they were confident enough to say, we'll give you a chance. Your gift sounds good to us, so come and prove it,
Yeah.
So,
What what my take on Snap Rhythm is a Dancer is that like 1991 and today, as I was saying, 2017 today, like when you play that track today for the new generation coming up, Thea, it's crazy. Like they all react to it as if it's like literally just released. I always find that
indeed.
with the track. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like they always, like when you play that song, doesn't matter the age in front of you, they are reacting. I don't think the
yeah.
tune, I don't think it'll ever die.
Thank you. That's bringing tears to my eyes. It's amazing. Thank you, DJ Spiral. It is amazing. It's one of those songs that just has a vibe on it. It's vibrational, that it encompasses a certain energy, that really connects to the human spirit. And
Definitely.
it doesn't matter what age. I have nieces and nephews that hear it, that love it and sing it, and from the young to the old, generation after generation. That's the beauty of that song, and thankfully, younger artists continue to remake it. They
Remix
love
it.
it.
Yeah,
I wish
absolutely.
I could think of this young lady that my friend Mary Abzug loves this song. It's a young artist, a young female that just did a remake of Rhythm as a Dancer as well. But it's the song, it's the gift that keeps on giving. I'll say that. And I'm really, really super blessed to have been the writer and singer. I'll
Yeah.
say
Well,
that. Yeah.
listen.
And thank you, DJ Spiral. Thanks to you, DJ Spiral, and to all the DJs around the world that really made it happen, because to my knowledge, things that I've been told back in the day is that, Snap had undergone some changes after, I got the power and that CD. And so they released Rhythm as a Dancer on a white label to the DJ record pools.
Right.
So the DJs
Made it as well.
they made Rhythm as a Dancer. Like, of course the machine, the record label, and Michael Munsing and Luca Angelotti, the producers, they're businessmen, and they knew their market. They had already saturated the market with the success of I Got the Power.
You tapped in.
So they were a well-oiled machine. Logic Records by the time I came around, and they had the support, of course, of Arista Records, BMG Records, that, was, I believe, their distributor. And, so they had the intelligence and the business sense to market Rhythm as a Dancer that way, and to supply the DJ record pools. And the DJs made it happen and made it bubble up from the club level, with the people, the DJs and the people, and, but they were very, very, Michael and Luca and the label and all the worker bees, they were very intelligent the way that they marketed it. And the DJs around the world and the club goers, they made it pop. Yeah. And then, of course, radio caught on, and then radio made it pop. So when Turbo and I were out there on the road, like on tour, Rhythm as a Dancer was bubbling up in different countries. And, I was out there just, singing, being happy to be out there on the road and sing and share my gift, not fully understanding the business of music and what was happening, what was bubbling up under the surface.
Yeah.
And boom, before I knew it, I was getting Billboard magazines and seeing the progress of Rhythm as a Dancer in the charts. And then it became my living reality that this is an enormous success. And,
well,
and
I'd like to say, Thea, like, if you ever have any down days in your life, just understand that tune is touching people today, and will continue to do so, Thea. Okay, and I really mean that, because it's a party goer. They react to it. They put their hands in the air. It gets people going. It's just one of those tunes. So I know you're proud of it, but I'm just saying, it'll continue to touch people. I don't care if it was released in 1991. So fair play to you, Thea.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And I will never, ever, ever grow tired of hearing that. And I will always be eternally grateful for the opportunity to have been able to share my gifts, and very humbled by what continues to happen with Rhythm as a Dancer. It's out of my hands, and it's just a universal, beautiful, vibrational, divine gift. Yeah. And I have to tell you again, thank you for saying that, because believe it or not, this is slightly a downtime for me. Really? And so hearing comments like that, those are the types of comments that singers, songwriters desire and want to hear from people that really love the music, because that helps sustain us as artists, because this game of music is erratic. It's up and down, like a roller coaster, just like life is for everyone. Everyone's job and position and purpose in life is a roller coaster ride, but this business music is very unpredictable and up and down. And this happens to be a transitional time for me, as we speak, that I'm, constantly, as you can see, I have my guitar here, which I love this baby. And this is a gift of mine that I have not quite shared with the world yet, but, I'm producing music and writing new music and composing new music, and that I hope to get out to the masses one day. But to get back to the other thing is that there has been a lot going on with the business of the trademark name Snap, and who has the right to go out and tour as Snap. And so Penny Ford, the first singer from Snap, who I love, and I have gratitude for introducing me to the producers of Snap. She is, I just recently got word from her that she actually pays for the use of the trademark. So legally, she's saying that she's the only one that can go out and perform as Snap, and that
So
myself.
So you can't perform Rhythm is a Dancer.
No, that's not it, because I'm the writer.
Correct. Yeah.
I can perform the songs, but I cannot. I can no
Advertise.
longer get booked as Snap.
Snap.
Because of trademark, because of the use of the trademark name, that she's paying for the use of the trademark name to use it to go out as Snap herself. So there's been issue with that over the last few years, and currently, because I just wrapped up a tour where I went out, Thea Austin of Snap, Thea Austin formerly of Snap, and some of the advertising sometimes actually had Snap.
Right.
And so that, was, a trying situation, and it was a misfortune that that happened. And so I had to bring some clarity to that via a Facebook post to let people know that it's not a personal beef between Penny and I, that Penny and I personally were good with each other, but it is a matter of business.
Yeah.
Why she's putting her foot down, and
Let me
so
ask.
it's.
Let me ask you this. I want to jump in there to you. So, is
Yes,
Penny going out as Snap? Correct.
that's correct.
And is she
Yes.
performing Rhythm is a Dancer, even though she's not advertising it? Have you heard of her performing Rhythm is a Dancer?
Absolutely. As I, perform The Power and other Snap songs, it would be just like say, for example, if you went and had a karaoke night, and you went to a karaoke bar, and you were singing Rhythm is Dancer and I Got the Power, where we are allowed to do that. Other people can go out and sing other people's songs. There's no problem with that. Like, I was just on tour with,
Yeah, but to
all.
me, Tia, like, I'm a promoter as well. I find that a bit of a problem when you're being offered Snap, and you're thinking as a promoter, oh look, this is Snap, and they're trying to charge you through the roof as if you're getting like Snap Rhythm is a Dancer, and then, no disrespect to Penny Ford, but if then Penny Ford turns up, I'm like, hang on here for a second, you're not Tia Austin, and why am I like? So again, I get what you're saying about karaoke, but on the promoter ends of things, I don't think that's fair either. I think that's false advertisement.
Yeah, well, it's I understand what you're saying, but because she's paying for the legal right to use Michael and Luca's trademark name, Snap, she has the right to go out as Snap. And also, in all fairness, she is the first singer of Snap singing on I Got the Power, Oops Up, and Mary. And so,
But what's the most successful to you?
well, let the record show. Yeah, you let the record show it. And, it's a misfortune. This thing happens with a lot of artists, that were part of a group. Like, I don't know if this has ever happened with somebody like, say, Annie Lennox with the Eurythmics or something, like, after she, maybe that's not a good example. Let me think of.
It'd be like Live and Joy. Live and Joy. You've got Janice
Yeah,
Robinson
with
and
Janice Robinson, my friend Janice Robinson, exactly.
yeah,
So she can't go out as Living Joy, but
correct.
she could go out Janice Robinson and sing the Living Joy, the songs that she wrote, and
Correct.
sing those songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's it's difficult, and like
And
so I'm
are
just
you
trying
losing
to.
out on bookings, Tia, because of that?
Oh, I've lost a ton of bookings, starting from maybe this issue started like 10 or 15 years ago, where it's Turbo and I were always going out as Snap on tour, and then Turbo, after we didn't go out on tour much anymore, he was going out as Snap, and he would take unknown singers to sing the vocals, the vocal hooks,
Right.
for the Snap songs. And I was going out performing, Snap songs and my other songs like from Soul Searcher and Pusaka. I would just do a combination of my hit songs in concert. And so we were out there. Well, Turbo was out there the longest, of course, because he's the only rapper for Snap. And there were a variety of singers, from Penny to myself to Nikki Harris, who was the background singer for Madonna for like 16 years. She came into Snap and re-recorded and added to a song that I wrote called "See the Light," and really did a fantastic job. Thank you, Nikki. Like, actually made the song better. Kudos to her. And she's an amazing singer as well. And then Penny brought to the attention Summer, who then wrote songs like, and sang songs like Welcome to Tomorrow or The First, The Last Eternity with Snap. So the singers were interchangeable. So then we had, for Snap, I was out there as Snap, Turbo was out there as Snap, Nikki Harris was out there as Snap. Sometimes Janice Robinson would even go as Snap, because in the beginning, Penny wasn't out on tour so much as Snap.
Right.
And so Turbo hired Janice Robinson to sing the songs when he was on tour. She was not a part of Snap, but she was the vocalist that was on the road with Turbo singing the songs. And so there would be times when she was out singing songs as Snap. And there were times where Summer would be out there. So once... I'm not exactly sure how all of it happened, but I'll tell you as honest and sincerely as I can tell you and anyone else who's watching, that I was out there for maybe, 15, 20 years performing as Snap. And then I got an offer for a TV show in Germany, and they wanted me to come on this show and sing I Got the Power.
Right.
And I told them that I didn't feel comfortable doing that because I wasn't the original artist. I offered them, I said, if you have me come on the show and sing Rhythm as a Dancer, then I can add I Got the Power, but I'm not comfortable to just sing I Got the Power. So then I said, but listen, I'm friends with Penny Ford, the original singer. Let me call her and see if she would be interested. So I called Penny. She had moved from Los Angeles back home to Ohio, to Cincinnati, and she was happy to hear from me, and I was happy to hear her voice as well. And I said, hey, Penny, I got this TV show, boom, 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 what I just told you. Would you be interested? And she said, yes, Thea. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank God, because, it was not the best of times for her, to be honest. And so she was grateful, and I was grateful too, because it was almost like, like it was a good feeling to be able to present a job to her, because she had presented a job to me back in the day by introducing me to the producers of Snap, and I will always be grateful to Penny for introducing me to the producers of Snap. And so, it came back around the time for me to offer her a job. She was happy to accept it. She went to Germany. She did the TV show, and then she contacted the producers, got back in contact with Michael and Luca, and soon afterwards she contacted me and said, hey, I'm back with Michael and Luca, and we're thinking of doing a tour. Would you be interested? And I said, of course, And then a couple months later, we got in contact, and she said, hey, it's not going to work out, it's just going to be me. You're X'd out. I'm Snap. You can no longer go out on tour as Snap. And I started crying, of course. I was heartbroken.
Of course.
And I said, wow, that's not fair. I've been out there, holding up the light on these songs, promoting them, and being that voice and that person and that energy out there like all this time. How can that be? And she said, well, they don't want to work with you, and they want to work with me, and so you're X'd out, so you can no longer go out as Snap. And she told me to stop your crying, that this is not personal, it's business, and you've had enough time to go out there and make a name for yourself, and this and this and that. And so I said, okay, hey, good luck and God bless you. And that was that. And And then what followed after that was a series of not very kind messages from a manager of Penny's that said, hey, if we catch Thea out there performing a snap, we're going to send the police to her show and drag her off a stage and throw her under the jail and sue her for $1 million. So, of course, I had to tell the agencies, that were booking me, of the threat. But in all honesty, I never got any legal paper from, Michael Munsing or Luca Angelotti to my attorney or to me saying that I could no longer go out as Snap. It was basically the emails from Penny's manager and eventually from Penny. And so my bookings basically,
Dried up.
the promoters, they didn't want to take a chance. And of course, I didn't either. And with all due respect, it was very weird. It was very weird. I'm just going to keep it 100 here. It was very weird. It was very hurtful. It was a very painful process.
I can imagine.
And not only that, but they named the tour the Rhythm is a Dancer tour.
Oh, did they? Yeah, of course they did. Yeah, of course they did. Yeah.
It was like adding salt to a wound.
Yeah.
It really burned. It really burned a hole in my heart, so to speak. It really hurt. And but with all due respect to Michael and Luca and Penny, they had the legal right to do that, and so it's a matter of legalities here. What they have the legal right to do,
legal right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Thea. Listen, I've listened to you there now, and that's it. My heart goes out for you. I swear to God, what an absolutely, as I said there, a ruthless business. So you got on to Penny because Penny wasn't doing anything. You offered her an opportunity to go to Germany because you didn't want to perform her track. She then goes and reaches out to the original producers of Snap, and she goes and works with them, tells you that she's going to be doing a tour with you and Turbo, and then rings you up and says, hey, Tia, listen, see you later, good night and God bless. You know what I say to Penny Ford? You'd be nowhere without Tia. End of story. If there's no Rhythm of the Dancer, right, there's no Penny Ford. End of. Because if there was no big Rhythm is a Dancer tune, yeah, if there's no Rhythm is a Dancer of tune, an absolute banging of a tune, she wouldn't be able to jump on the bandwagon of Snap. So what she's trying to do is push you to the side, go, turn up, and pretend that she's the original vocalist because she owns the right to Snap. Where if I was you, I would never give up. I would push to you, and I'd keep putting it out. Formerly lead singer of Snap, formerly original vocalist of Rhythm is a Dancer, and I would put myself out there to you because that is not fair. I'm a massive believer in what goes around comes around, and in my opinion, you'll always get there. Trust me, Thea.
Thank you, DJ Sparrow. Thank you for being passionate about that. It's a hurtful situation, but with Penny being the first singer of Snap, and I Got the Power and Mary and Oops Up, and I Got the Power is a massive hit as well. So I give props to that. I don't like how the business of it went.
No.
That's very hurtful.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, we're all human, but some people are just different here. You know what I mean? Like, the way you think and the way I think is pretty similar from what you're coming across. Like, it's all about fairness. And unfortunately, in the music business, in the entertainment business, as I keep saying, there's a lot of ruthless people. Like, for instance, the way you came to perform at Legends of the Old School for me.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you had a great time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You're giving me now about what happened to you, Penny. With Legends of the Old School, I launched Legends of the Old School. I trusted a lot of people. I thought people were on my side. I thought they had my back. But unfortunately, they didn't. And it took me a while to realise that, and a while to understand, that they're ruthless people that only think about themselves. And I just said, you know what, the best thing for me to do is just kick on and do my own thing. And that's what I'd say to you, Thea. Just kick on, do your own thing, and keep pushing yourself out there, because you are the main vocalist of Rhythm is a Dancer, and no one can take that away from you.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry to hear that happened with you with Legends of the Old School. Wow.
Yeah, it did, Thea. Like, it did. Like, I was doing business with certain DJs that, and I thought they were cool. I thought they were on my side. But as I keep saying, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And, you know, I just let them off now. They try and copy the concept. They try and do what I'm doing. But unfortunately, I just, like, the people know, they're not silly. They know what Legends of the Old School is all about. So,
yeah,
you know, again, it comes, as I call everybody, they're all sheep. They just can't create their own stuff. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's real misfortune there. So Tony and I have been talking lately, thank God, and you know, we had a very long video call, 2.5 hours, and she was, you know, enlightening me about a few things, because, you know, in all honesty, you know, it was there was never anything really legally verified. It was emails, you know, from a manager of hers, you know. So I didn't know if it was really actual or not. So there are times that I still, you know, that certain promoters, they wouldn't listen to me. I would say to booking agents and promoters, hey, you know, you got to book me as Thea Austin, formerly of Snap, or Thea Austin, you know, the voice of Rhythm as a Dancer, or in those ways. But sometimes they don't take me seriously, and they just don't do it, you know.
Well,
So
I'd like to jump in again there, Tia. I know I know a load of agents, okay, and I've actually hooked up a few 90 vocalists and got them on UK agencies. So look, when we're finished this podcast, let me try and reach out to these people, because I think that it's not fair. I think maybe if you just get yourself out with certain people that are certain agencies that are, you know, sending old school acts out to their clients, I think I could help you out here.
yeah, oh, thank you. Sounds good to me. You know, what I have to find out as well is, you know, trademark territorial laws for Europe and the States. I had an attorney research it years ago, but I think, well, not I think, I had my attorney research it years ago, and I reached out to my attorney last Friday to ask as well, again, to research trademark law and territorial rights, you know, what I have the right, if I legally have the right to go out Thea Austin, formerly of Snap, or could, you know, because in all honesty, right now, I've been threatened with 2 lawsuits to say that we will sue you if you go out as Snap again, because you don't have the legal right to.
So how about this then? How about this? Thea Austin, Rhythm is a Dancer. Just leave Snap. Don't even mention Snap, okay? And what you need then is, Thea, you need new imagery. You need a good promo video, maybe a 30-second quick promo. You introducing yourself, then goes to the track, comes back to you. Never mention Snap, lets people know. Now, if you're with an agency, no posters from any promoters can be put out there until you approve it or the agent approves it. And with the promotional pack, they get the new 30-second clip of you, that they can push it on social media, and then they put it up as Thea Austin, Rhythm is a Dancer.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking. Just Thea Austin, or, you know, Thea Austin, the voice of Rhythm as a Dancer, or, you know, that I don't have to lean on the word Snap at all, so that I can just, you know, I can move on and move forward, and you know, put all this behind me. The misfortune is that a lot of promoters and booking agents know that the world knows the group name Snap, and it just makes it easier for them. The word Snap has a certain ring to it, and it's easier for them and easier for the ticket buyers to identify with just the group Snap, because then they immediately think I got the power and rhythm as a dancer when they hear the group name Snap. I've been on a quest for over 10 years to get the promoters and booking agents to just book me under Thea Austin, the voice of rhythm as a dancer. They are not always in agreement, and that's the problem. They want to book it as Snap because they feel like they can sell the tickets that way, you
And
know?
is it possible for you to remix it? So, like, can you remix Rhythm is a Dancer? Can you re-sing it and remix it?
I would imagine so. If I would have to uh, probably have my attorney contact Universal Music Publishing
Mm-hmm.
for the rights to license the song and remake it, because I'm just one of four on the song.
Yeah.
So I would have to do it in a legal way. Yeah, that's the possibility. But I'll tell you, the original is so good that I'd be a little nervous to try to, recreate it. But actually, I've had these ideas for years about the way to recreate it, and now I'm more inspired because younger artists keep recreating Rhythm as a Dancer, and the song succeeds. So I'm not sure how that will work with the original artist recreating it, but it's a possibility. The Ministry of Sound in 2003 re-released a new version, and I think the tempo might have been a little too fast for the people, and it didn't quite uh, catch on. But when other artists remake it and add to it, then it succeeds. So that's a possibility.
Yeah,
It's
DJ
all
Spiral.
possible.
I'll get a hold of it. I'll
Really.
remix it. I'll
Yeah.
remix the thing, and we'll see
It's a
then. The thing will be
possibility.
popping, and Penny be ringing us. How are we fixed? See you later, Penny. Bye. Bye, Penny.
I actually just spoke with Penny. Thank you for being on Team Thea, because there are actually a bunch of haters out there on her Facebook calling me bitches and things like that, saying, oh, that bitch is still doing that, or oh, you should sue that bitch or send her a cease and desist, or oh, watch that bitch try to come back with Thea Austin for D Snap, or formerly of Snap with two P's, or but we got your back, Penny. I'm not looking at all that. People are actually are taking photos of it and sending it to me because I don't want to feed into it because it's really hurtful, But people are
Don't
actually
mind
calling me
them.
bitch. Yeah, they're actually calling
Sheep.
me bitches and stuff like that, because they just don't know and understand. They think that taking something from her,
Oh,
and so Penny and I've been talking, and I said, "Hey, Penny, why don't we?" I ran into Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys in Texas, and he said to me, "Hey, why don't you get together with Penny and create a new song?" So I said to Penny, I said, "Why don't we get together and make some new music?" And she seems to be a little interested. So it doesn't have to go all bad, and even though there have been some things that have been put out there in the universe that are not, said that are not really favorable to my character, like I'm stealing from her or that I'm trashing her brand. Those type of things really hurt my soul. But and I know in a very sincere and honest part from me that I'm not stealing anything from her, and I would never steal anything from her or anybody else. I'm not a thief. I don't do that. And I'm not trashing. I would never intentionally trash myself or trash anything of anyone else's. So those things that have been put out there are hurtful, but I understand, that I understand the reason behind it, although I don't like it, and I don't like the response of some of her supporters to call me bitches and things like that, not fully understanding everything, and also not understanding that I have never received any legal documentation to prove that. So I'm just out there as an artist trying to survive and get these gigs when I can. So, those things are hurtful, but there's a thing called forgiveness, and I'm
Yeah.
all about forgiveness. I'm all about growth, and and
Fairness.
I
Fairness.
had to say to, I had to say to Penny, hey, I'm sorry if you feel that way about me, and it's very sincere. And I would never try to take anything from her or throw mud on her name, or I've only ever have say to about Penny, respect to her, and love and gratitude to her for introducing me to the producers of Snap so that I could present my talents and work them. And so, my hope is that the monkey business of it all could get squashed, and that a great deal of forgiveness could take place on our behalf, and that we could actually get in the studio and write and record and possibly have a new success. And that, this could be just the push that I need, actually, even though it's a hurtful push. Sometimes the universe will give us this to push us to the next level. And maybe this is how I should look at this, that I've been composing and producing new songs for years, and I've had some success with songs out there with different production groups and that, but I haven't put my own music out there that I have produced and created. And so maybe this is just the push that I need to get further away from Snap and get closer to Thea as an artist and present the gifts that I'm blessed with creatively, and push that out there and get new videos and push that out there and just see what my world market, what my public of people that actually do love me, that actually do care for me, and love my music and love the gift that I bring. So I'm trying to, uh, I'm transforming,
Okay.
and I'm making every bit of effort to transform this negative energy that got created into something positive, because I don't want the world of Snap lovers to hate on me or hate on Penny or our friends or supporters to get into a word war
No.
and a name call and all that, because that doesn't serve Penny well, and it doesn't serve me well, and it certainly doesn't serve the the body of beautiful music well. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, for me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
My soul permeating good, the creative works that I offer permeating good, my live performances permeating good. And in all honesty, I wish that for Penny as well. And yeah, sure, it hurts like hell, and that's honest. I keep tearing up because I'm I'm a sensitive, creative person, and so talking about these things that hurt me, will bring about some tears. But at the same time that I'm dealing with that in my soul, I am rebuilding and being made strong by people like yourself, DJ Spiral, and my family and my friends that know the truth and vibrate from that place, and that still show me love and that are interested in the creative gifts that I have to offer, and understand the legacy and the history that I have contributed to as part of the body of Snap,
Mm.
and so
And listen,
I am
listen, Thea,
working my way through it.
stay strong, because
Indeed.
you know what I
Yes.
mean. You're very talented, and remember one thing: you didn't do anything wrong. From the story where
Thank you.
you haven't done anything wrong. All you've done is created Rhythm is a Dancer, which is one of the biggest old school tunes in the history of old school music, and other people, by the sounds of it, have jumped onto your back, because without that track, as I keep saying, people wouldn't really book Snap. So You know, you haven't done anything wrong. All you've done is supplied the world with a phenomenal tune, a phenomenal vocal. That's all you've done.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a trip. You know, it's happening right now. It's going down right now. I had the good fortune of going on a tour with TLC, Naughty by Nature, Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray, Blackstreet, Montel Jordan, one time Salt and Pepper, Vanilla Ice, Young MC, CNC Freedom Music of CNC. Music Factory, the All for One, Color Me Bad. I mean, the list goes on and on. There are so many wonderful, amazing groups from the '90s that had hits. Kid and Play. You know, They're going to keep coming back to me. So this tour that Universal Attractions, you know, developed called I Love the '90s, and then a tour called I Love the '90s. The Party Continues. I had a few dates, not a lot, you know, because it was up to the promoters in each city what artists they want to put on the bill. So I wasn't on all the shows, but I got a few shows, and I got to tell you, you know, it was one of my favorite tours ever in life, because I could never dream of being on a tour with such a variety of great artists that have contributed. Tone Loc, Biz Markie, you know, it goes on and on and on, that have contributed great songs in the '90s to the world, and to have the opportunity to meet these people and to get to know about their soul, the soul of the persons that wrote these songs, that performed these songs, and at this middle age of my life, to have something this beautiful come to me, for me to be asked to be the opening act on this tour, you know, was amazing. And like I said, I didn't get a lot of the shows, but for some of the shows that I did get, it was amazing. As Thea Austin, formerly of Snap, to be on that bill as the opening act, I got to come out and set the tone. You know, bring very high energy and set the bar for beauty high, set the bar for love high, set the bar for unconditional love very high. You know, just come out blazing, and you know, I could only do 2 songs. They only, you know, asked me to do the 2 songs, but you know, I was able to get out there and shine with some of those people that are shining stars forever. You know, their songs shine forever, their talent shines forever, and they're still able, and they bring it. Each and every one of those artists bring it, even if they're not feeling well. I mean, there was a time when Biz Markie came out and he really wasn't feeling well, but he brought it 100%.
Yeah.
And the next day he was in the hospital, and then he got renewed and restored and came back out. There is nothing that stops a passionate artist, and that's what I learned from him. You know, even not feeling 100%, to still go out there, still grind, you know, still show what he still got out there, and he grinded it out and still showed what he had, and he still penetrates the masses. And to that, you know, my hat goes off to Biz Markie and all those artists, that, because most all those artists are, if they're not 40 yet, they're about to be 40, you know, but most of the artists on that tour are 40 and over. So to, you know, to be middle-aged and to still know that there is an adoring public out there that loves these songs so much and still love the artist and want to see them and get that energy, you know, it was amazing.
Yeah, well, listen, we all...
And, you know, I just, you know...
Are you there, Thea? Have we lost Thea Austin? We might have lost Thea Austin. Let's play our tune. Now, hang on, we're going to try to get Thea back online here now. We're going to try to get her back on there live from Los Angeles. Now, what an absolute story. She is the lead vocalist of this tune. Snap, Rhythm is a Dancer. And you heard her story there. Do you see what happened? It's phenomenal, isn't it? Next, every single time you listen to this tune, just understand that Thea Austin is the vocalist of this tune, not Penny Roberts. Is it Penny? Penny Roberts? Yeah, Penny. No, it's not Penny. So Penny has the rights to Snap, so she goes and performs Snap, which obviously is connected to what? This tune here. So when Thea's there sitting in her apartment in Hollywood, Penny's probably somewhere getting the few grand, yeah? Getting a couple of G probably, to perform a tune, which is this tune here, that she's nothing to do with. I keep telling people it's a ruthless business. It's a ruthless business. I know that myself here in Dublin, Ireland. I know it myself. Oh, he's sound. He's bang on. He has my back. He's on my side. But realistically, pulling out you. And another prime example there now from Thea Austin. This tune here, Snap Rhythm, is a dancer. Unbelievable. Well, you know what I always say? You just let them all off. Let them off. Rock on. Do your own thing. Keep your chin up, yeah? And live life in the correct way, yeah? Do your best as much as you can. Help people as much as you can. Don't step on others. Never ever step on others to try and get up. Never step on people trying to get up. Do you understand? It's the wrong way to live life. Do not step on others. Now let's see. Can we get Thea back on? Thea, are you there?
Hey.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, wow. That was crazy.
There you are, you're back.
Oh, man.
I was just saying there before the call went down. I was just saying to you that it's a ruthless business, and that, you know, be proud of yourself, and you know what I mean, and just, we all love you in Ireland. We all love you in Ireland.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. You know, I love you all very much. You know, I had a fantastic time over there. You know.
Yeah, it was a great performance as well, Thea. Great performance.
Thank you. Very, very. It was awesome, and you were killing it on the turntables, on the ones and twos. You know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. You know, this interview comes at a great time to be able to share, you know, with the public what is going on, and to put my truth out there, and also to,
well done,
you know, ask people for their continued support,
well done,
to help me build a new platform, a Thea Austin platform, to get new and good music out there, and also the hope to return to Ireland to sing one day. And good luck to you and everything for all the ways that you're branching out, and in music, in the business and production and your show and everything. You know, you have a great passion for music, and it's you know, it's quite obvious when someone can see you on the ones and the twos, you know, how you just are smashing it, you know, and your love for old school.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Is beyond measure. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Thea. I really do appreciate that, and you know, it was great to have you as my first guest. And look, as I keep saying, keep the chin up, Thea. Keep the chin up, and I'm gonna come back on to you when we're finished the interview, and let's see if we can try and do something for you. If we can try and get you on a couple of European agencies, and because look, I understand what you're saying about Penny, and I get it, and I hear you, but still. In a lot of spots, I think it should be you on the stage, and I understand that, you know, you don't want any wars or anything. But look, you know, there is certain ways that you can promote yourself, Thea, and certain ways that you can put yourself out there without using Snap, in my opinion. So look, let's talk.
I would love that. That's the end game. That's the end goal for sure.
Definitely. So let's talk. But before you go, Thea, okay, I just want to ask you one other question. Just before you go, what's your spiritual beliefs?
I do believe in God. I totally, certainly believe in the presence of God. As the science of words, words have power. There is a frequency to every thought, and there is a frequency and power to every word spoken. And just within the fact that of the science of words, being educated with that, that makes the very presence of God a real thing, because people believe it and people speak it into existence. I'm one of those people. Now, as far as religion goes, that's a whole other thing, because man-made religion, and some things, some of the truths are not out there, so spirituality for me is one thing, spirituality is one thing, and religion is another thing.
Okay.
So I would say of myself that I am in a spiritual movement, and I've definitely believe in the divine presence of God. I've been in so many situations where miraculous and supernatural occurrences have happened.
Same.
So this you too. So
100%.
this
100%.
is what I would
People
say
people
about.
have no idea, Tia. Like, I've been through the ringer, trust me on that. But look, it's not about me, it's about you. But I'm just saying, yeah,
It's about us.
I'm a high believer of God. But go on, Tia,
Yeah,
sorry.
absolutely. So I would leave this with you and with anyone interested in watching and listening this stream, is that my nana, who I was blessed with, thank you, Donna Miller, that it was actually Donna's grandma that I was privileged and honored to call my nana, but she was from Jamaica. And I told her that I was being confronted with atheists and such, saying that I was stupid for believing in God and Christ, and where is the proof and all this. And I couldn't always answer their questions, but what she deposited into my soul is, it's a very long story that you don't have the time to hear right now, but I'll tell you one day. But the result of this story is that there are a lot of things that are unseen that are real. The air that we breathe.
Yep.
We don't see the air, but we know that it's there because we're existing. People have headaches, they have toothaches, they have stomach aches, but I can't show you my headache, I can't show you my toothache, I can't show you my stomach ache, but the pain in our bodies definitely let us know that that is real, So that's what I say to people. There's a lot out there that's real that you can't prove and that you can't show someone.
It's
My
like
belief in God
it's
is a
like
spiritual faith.
it's like you should really respect the sun as well, because if the sun didn't come up, we'd be all dead in 3 days.
Indeed, indeed, all of that—the sun, the moon, the stars, all of it—the
Yeah.
foundation of the earth that we walk on, that we stand on. So, I feel that the presence of God is with me because I have faith in that. I call on that. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't try to push it down anyone's throats, but yes, that is where I stand. And music, I have to show you this. I don't know if you can read this or not, but, I might be too close, but this right here,
Yeah.
music keeps me alive.
Yeah.
That is,
Oi, oi,
truly,
Tia Austin. Boom.
truly, 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 for a soul like yours and a soul like mine,
Yeah.
we know that music is it's key. It's a healer, and
Absolutely.
I'll keep singing till my last breath, till I die,
Can you
and that's.
can you, before you go, do you want to sing us "Rhythm Is a Dancer"? Just sing us the chorus.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my guitar again, too.
Boom.
Yes.
Get that guitar. Let's go. Tia Austin heading off for the guitar. The original vocalist of this tune. She's going to be singing it now for us.
Yes, I can do that. Hopefully, it will translate well. Um, for sure. One of these days, I hope to recreate it. And I had this idea. I love Carlos Santana, and I love his Oye Como Va. And so I just kind of sing Rhythm as a Dancer over the course of that. Rhythm is a dancer, it's a soul's companion. People feel it everywhere. Lift your hands and voices, free your mind and join us. You can feel it in the air. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, yeah. You can feel it, yeah. Oh, it's a passion. Oh, yeah. You can feel it, yeah. Rhythm is a dancer, it's a soul's companion. You can feel it in the air. Lift your hands and voices, free your mind and join us. You can feel it everywhere. It's a passion, oh yeah. You can feel it, yeah, oh yeah. It's a passion, oh, you can feel it, yeah.
What?
Rhythm is a dancer, it's a soul's companion. People feel it everywhere. Lift your hands and voices, free your mind and join us. You can feel it in the air. Oh yeah, it's a passion. That's a different version.
Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. Well done, Thea Austin. Boom. We got to get you to re-record that, man. Unreal. Good stuff, Thea.
I would like to.
That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. I want that
Yeah,
version. I want that version myself. I want to listen to it. Love that.
I will. You know what I'll do, Sparrow?
Yeah.
I will. I'll have my cousin Billy at New Millennium Productions. I'll have him record me personally for you, and I'll
Brilliant.
have him do a video for me here, and then I'll just shoot that to you like Facebook or Instagram. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
so you
yeah.
can have that. You can have it for yourself. All right.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Thea. And look, thank you so much for being my first guest. And
Thank you for
I'll be in
inviting me.
touch. I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Give a big hug to your lovely lady from me, and lots of big hugs and great positive energy coming straight from Hollywood, California, from Los Angeles. The Sunshine State is like smoking hot out here today, 96 degrees. I'm sending y'all some of that sunshine, some of that heat, and creative power and energy, and spiritually know that you are in my prayers to live a very up life, you know.
Thank
And
you.
I just want to put that out there in the universe to everybody. You know, we're living in some tumultuous times, you know.
Mm,
Don't forget to love on yourself. And the power of self-healing is very real. And want to encourage people as well as myself to start eating, you know, foods that are good for your good health, you know,
yes,
health
longevity.
health first, yes. Health first, your good health first, and so you can be up and able to meet the opportunity of a new day, no matter what the challenge is. Stay up, keep love flowing, and find some joy in every day, no matter how bad the day is, you know.
Cheers, Thea. What a great way to sign off, Thea.
Cheers to you too, DJ Spiral. A lot of love to y'all over there in Dublin, and I hope to see you real soon. Peace and blessings and power.
Take care. Take care, Thea. God bless you. Take care.
God bless you too. One love.
Bye, 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 bye.
Peace, man.
Wow, wow, wow. Thea Austin there, live from Hollywood in Los Angeles, and had a great heart-to-heart with her, actually. She opened up a lot about the music industry, as we were saying, and opens up your mind. It really does open up your mind to what some people can be going through. You know, she was very emotional in the interview. Obviously, she's hurt deep down as well. She's very hurt. Well, I would be as well. Like, you know what I mean? If I was the lead vocalist of a track and then I was being told that you can't even say formally of Snap. You can't use the word Snap because Penny, has the rights to Snap. I'd be very down and very annoyed about it. But look, I'm gonna definitely get on to Tia and put her in contact with a few agents in Europe who I definitely think can help her. Get her a good promo video because she's very likeable. Phenomenal voice. I mean, that version she done there with the guitar, wow, unbelievable. Let's just give this another little spin here. Thea Austin. Boom to Thea Austin. Oh yeah. Now guys, I just want to let you all know that tonight was our very first show, and we're looking to improve a few bits and pieces as we go forward. It's all new, but we're gonna have great guests for you. Thea Austin was our very first guest, and we've more great guests on the DJ Spoiler podcast in the next few weeks. So all you gotta do is subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, get involved, share the link, and we'd really appreciate it. And once again, the show is brought to you. We feature Youngevity, the 90 for life, the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 EFAs. You get it in the 90 for life package. It's in the description, and you can go and get that now. Very healthy, gives your body everything it needs, and you know it's all about staying healthy, guys. It's all about staying healthy, because I'm not getting too much into the breakdown of food, but look, in this day and age, food is full of a lot of crap. So you know you got to be careful about what you're eating, and get the 90 for life into you and stay healthy. Boom. Absolutely. Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the first DJ Spiral podcast. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great talking to you. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you with my tune. It's called Hollywood. Okay. Is it this one here? Let's have a listen. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this tune here. It's called Who Cares About Hollywood? Change the lyrics to Who cares about the music industry? It's ruthless. And for so many weeks and for months on end, I was telling you all, it's a ruthless game. And when you're successful and when you're doing well, people want to take you down. And that is it. When you're sitting in a room doing nothing, yeah, with your head down, yeah, they're happy, they're delighted. But when you're out there, you're working hard, you're doing good for yourself, you're trying to be productive, you're trying to be helpful to others, yeah, what happens is, boom, you get the people that want to try and take you down. And you heard it there from Thea Austin. Look what she's gone through. Phenomenal track, Snap Rhythm is a Dance, and look what she's gone through. You know what I'm saying? So just keep the head up. Anybody out there right now that might be finding it hard, keep the head up. Keep the head up. Someone's putting you down, you got to be strong. You got to lift the head. I know it's not as easy as that, but look, you know, we're all God's people, and we're all here to do good, and that's most important. So just do good, feel good, and that's what it's all about. That's how I live life. Well, I try and live life as much as I can like that. It's not as easy as that, you know what I mean? Everyone makes mistakes. So I'm going to leave you with this tune here. Who cares about Hollywood? And now you know why I made this tune. Who cares about being famous and all these kind of things? Do what makes you happy. Don't let anybody put a key in your back and turn it. Fair play to Thea. From myself, DJ Spiral, to you. Take care. God bless. Bye bye.
Who cares about Hollywood? Who cares about celebrities? Who cares about crap? Who cares about being part of this system? It's all a joke. It's all a con game. Who cares cares about Hollywood? Who cares about Hollywood? Who cares about celebrities? Who cares about crap? Who cares about being part of this system? It's all a joke. It's all a con game. Who cares about Hollywood? Who cares about Hollywood?